800 likes, don't be afraid to touch the button. Have you ever heard of Stephen King? Now wait a moment, and before you kneel down and apologize, with tears pouring like rain, I won't accept your apologies. How dare you not know the guy when I asked you about him? And after I made you cringe, here comes the plane. Susu has told that he had the inspiration to make The Shining from sleeping in this hotel. But how so? I mean, I myself spend days thinking about coming up with a new idea, and at the end of the day all I come up with is a new way to fart in public without killing anyone. So this hotel has been known for many reasons, and all of them are false because I came up with that statement. It's only known for the weird encounters the passengers have experienced. Here, in the next sequence of clips, I have you 2 pieces with soda. The first example comes from a very big news channel on YouTube. It's so big that I used the bathroom twice before taking the clip from them, thinking they would copyright claim me. A family wanted to spend a night. Actually, that's already explained during the video, but one of the cameras captured a flying bra, and they called it a ghost apparition. The second one is more intriguing, in which a guy is walking alone in the hallway after his wife kicked him out of the room. But he must be very gullible, cause even the ghost didn't want him and they shut the door on his butt.
It's one of the spookiest places in America, and this photo shows why.
I thought maybe a little girl ran by, thinking she walked by really fast. Something, did we miss her?
John and Jessica Mosling visited the famed Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado last month. They took a guided spirit tour that explains the 108-year-old building's haunted history. While walking around, they snapped this photo, and at the bottom of the image was something they didn't see in person.
So even if you look at the picture, you notice nobody's looking there. You know, they're all looking at the tour guide. So, I mean, you just don't excuse something like that, you know, a girl in her so-called, what I thought was, looked like pajamas.
Some kind of white gown.
Yeah.
The couple says they called the hotel to see if any children were staying there the night they took the tour, and the hotel reportedly told them no. But the Stanley Hotel is well known for its paranormal activity. Last year, another guest tried to snap a photo of an empty lobby, but ended up with a photo of what looks to be a woman at the top of a staircase.
Here is something about me, and I know how much you care to know more information about this very important personality. So here comes one. I can't even sleep in a hotel alone without covering myself under the blanket. Even if it's hot, I would rather melt in there. I have talked about grandpas in my channel before, and I know what you have in mind. Isn't this supposed to be a place where you can have sex while watching paranormal shit? And you would be correct. Who said that very old people aren't connected to the world of the paranormal? They would have done some deals with the devil at some point in their lifetime. Which brings me to my next point, which has nothing to do with my first one. A grandmother inherited her old house to her grandson. What a special price for someone who turned out to be such a disappointment. And that's why she gave it to him. Since she knew he was such a disappointment, she gave him the damn property. The moment you open the front door, you will start praying to God. It's literally a haunted house, even if it wasn't. This clown will take you on a short trip before we get to see some activity. And don't attack me because I called him a clown, but that's literally his TikTok nickname. The name is most likely related to the clown which his grandma left for him. She is 100% trying to torture this young man. Juju doesn't seem to cause any problems other than sitting there and making sure no one feels comfortable. But while Billy was sleeping with his socks on, what a weirdo, the door started knocking. So what's the big deal? It could be his neighbor in a hurry to pee because his wife decided to spend the night inside the bathroom. But I'm talking about the bedroom doors knocking.
The house I inherited from my grandmother.
My grandmother's old house. She left it for me, and when I got here, I saw a bunch of cool stuff. And one of the best things is right behind here. Oh yeah. I call him Jeffrey. Grandma left him for me, I guess. Real creepy. Kinda cute though. I just heard knocking from the closet.
Should I talk about Billy wearing his socks while sleeping, or the fact that he somehow thought it was a good idea to spend a night in this horrifying place to begin with? And regarding the socks, I used to do this back when I was a kid. A group of people, not animals, they decided one day they wanted to have a bigger purpose in life. They wanted a real meaning to this life. So the decision was for them to become paranormal investigators, and so did they investigate the paranormal. But be very careful, my child, this one might hurt you. At least it did to me. There is a lady the size of Godzilla walking down the hallways in this one. But that wasn't the scary part for me. The one that freaked me out was the terrorizing scream she makes when she feels danger. It left me shook. I couldn't believe what I just heard. Good thing I didn't lose my hearing. But what kind of danger did this monster, I mean, this very representative model of a lady, what kind of danger did she sense? She was hearing stuff falling. Bullshit. They are investigating an abandoned church, and that's as far as I know from the information provided. But I have never seen a bathtub that size in a church before. Heck, I have never seen a bathtub in a church to begin with. What do they do with it? Oh, the Pope feels dirty today, so he cuts in the middle of the prayers and gets in there. For the paranormal, as I just mentioned, just objects falling.
Which side was that shadow figure on? The right side?
Yeah, where we heard the noise from. Jensen, come sit down, sweetheart.
Yeah, we're fixing to all sit down and just film here in a minute. Are you in here? What? Are you gonna come in here or you want me to take it in there? Did it fall?
I don't know if it fell or if it was thrown.
You saw it?
Just slipped out like he scared me.
Oh, it's talking too. Let me get in there. Stay right there. That scared the piss out of me.
That's a big board. Yes, I
loud.
Was that it?
It's gotta be. I thought it fell on the baptistry. Did he sleep?
Yeah, he's been asleep.
How'd he go to sleep here at the church?
He can sit down and go to sleep.
He done went to sleep on us, huh? Go William.
Right there.
I'm not filming. Is anybody filming?
No, my phone's dead.
That something fell.
It sound like right there. Sound like that board there.
Did it drop?
Yeah. It must have been up there or something.
That was it. I wasn't even filming, dude.
What was it at?
I think the ghosts in there were the ones scared. The whole activity was based on trying to kick her out, but things just got worse for them. This has to be an example of the jinn being the ones scared. Remember the group of investigators from the last clip. Remember how you were younger back then, and how you used to be better mentally before you listened to my introductions. Now take that group and throw it in the trash, cause this new one is the real shit. A group of Russian dudes, that's the best I can come up with. They were hanging out for some stupid reason. So one of them had an idea. Since they are all together alone at night and they are bored, it's only time to take a trip to hell and do the forbidden. Let's all get together, get cuddly, and investigate this random-ass abandoned house we just found. I don't know what you thought they were gonna do. So what happened there? Remember when I said they were stupid? Actually, I didn't say that, don't put words in my mouth. But they were acting stupidly in there, giggling. They found someone or something awaiting their arrival up the stairs. Or maybe they just invaded this man's house. You know how Russians feel about invasions. Long story long, I mean short. They went outside and it seemed like there was a shadow-like figure playing with them from the window, doing the "you can't see me" from John Cena.
Присаживай себя, разок. Может быть, это игра в цвет. Сейчас может просто все решится. Давай, убирай. Нихуя нет. Смотри, еще раз надо. Убирай теперь. Ничего нету. Смотри, силуэт нету. Нет. Нет, нет. Опять убери надолго. Если я куплю, солю, я вас воткну. Он двигается. Много будете говорить, я Софье скажу. Астафрулlah. Бля, вот вы, конечно, нашли в плане? Да, сделать. Сзади, смотри, сзади там. Сзади. Он вот тут же был.
I have no idea what's the order on these clips. I don't know if they went inside after they saw the shadow on the window, or before that. It seems like I don't know anything. What a terrible host. Allah was giving us a speech of motivation while he was standing in the middle of the location where, according to him, he had a serious accident which caused him to throw up and foam. And maybe if he had a couple more seconds before getting interrupted by an activity, he would have told us how he took a shit and what kind of feces came off of his ass that day. So we start the adventure with some board diving face first to the ground. And as life goes on, a drawer starts shaking. And for the first time in one of these investigations, the doors do absolutely nothing. They had no interference. And that's the most paranormal thing in my opinion. Now here is the interesting part. You know how sometimes your clothes start acting weird when you're trying to sleep and it's all dark? Or maybe that's just my wife's special secret she has been hiding from me. I gotta check my closet. So now you get to see cloths come to life. They already do when your stinky ass doesn't shower for a decade. All that is fun, but one thing that changed the narrative of this video and made climate change stop for a moment and sent gas fees to the sky. That one thing is a book that for a second I thought it was just an instruction book. One of these things we always throw away. I didn't know why Allah was so interested in taking it. Like, why so nerdy? Until I took a closer look at it and realized in a moment of shock. That's not just an instruction book. I just couldn't figure out what it was. And the shock factor came from the realization that I couldn't read.
أقول أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. لا يما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. البداية كذا. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. الله لا إله إلا هو الحي القيوم. استحلفتكم بالله يا من تسكنون هذا المكان أن تخرجون منه طاعة لله وطاعة لرسوله الأمين. لا اليوم مرة متفاعلين معي. يمي بسم الله استحلفتكم بالله يا من تسكنون هذا المكان أن تخرجون منه طاعة لله وطاعة لرسوله. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر. يا ويل أمي بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بكلمات الله التامات من شر ما خلق. إنه من سليمان وإنه بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ألا تعلوا علي وأتوني مسلمين. ألا تعلوا علي وأتوني مسلمين. مو طبيعي اللي قاعد يصير هنا يا جماعة. مو طبيعي اللي قاعد يصير. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. أنا من أول كنت أبغى أخذ هذه بس ما قدرت. إيش اللي منعني إني أخذها ما أدري إيش اللي خلاني منعني إني أخذها. يا الله كبوي. أهم شيء إني أخذت هذا. لا إله إلا الله. لا إله إلا الله. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. اللهم إن كان هذا سحر فابطله.
On a serious note, this is definitely not just any normal book. It definitely has something to do with black magic. And how do I know that? Experience and shit. You know something? When I was writing the script for the video about the Russians, I thought that was it. Like I forgot that I had 2 clips with Russians in them. So I thought I messed up. And after this very exciting story, here comes another group of Russians. If you thought that first group was lame, this one is the alpha. They were all hanging in the forest. Interesting. Nowadays we threw ourselves in the most risky areas in the world and then complain. Why is the world so dangerous? But here is a thing, they were looking for a place to spend the night in it. We are talking about camping. And what a better place to camp than this old abandoned house. Such a genius idea. But luckily for them, and before anyone loses his virginity against his will, a loud voice came out of nowhere. Screams that sounded like a Karen complaining about a black dude doing some grocery shopping. All that is fun and shit. Until the very end. You might think they will call it a day and leave the area. But Americans are not the only stupid, stubborn people in this universe. One of them tried to get closer to where he thinks the sound might be coming from, and a hand-like thingy can be seen. At least that's what I saw.
Стой, подожди. Стой. Отошло. Все нормально, вижу. Снимай. Сейчас, подожди. техника твоя, ты прям приложи. Слушай, сделай так. Ты, короче, возьми на эту руку, приложи вот так, чтобы вот так, чтобы у тебя свет шел. Все, подожди, пускай четкость появится. Кот, стой. Ты слышал? Ой, тебе страшно. Стой, тихо, тихо. Уходим! Уходим! Я бежим! Беги, быстрей! Смотрю! Я, блядь, сейчас в лужу уебал. Он его оставил там, он за этой кирпичной кладкой. Тихо. Голос хрень. Заткнись. Что ты будешь? Ты хуй плесал-то и прикалывается. Ага, прикалывается. Я тебе говорю, ты еще не знаешь, ты с чем сталкиваешься. Я тоже так умею. Куда пошли? Стойте, придурки, блядь! Стойте, говорю, сюда идите. Сюда идите. Сюда иди, я тебе говорю. Футболер делать. Он тоже так умеет. Слушай, ты его успокой, а.
Бобер, иди сюда, бобер.
Сюда иди, блядь.
Бобер, иди сюда, заебал. Внутри помолчи.
Тихо. Тихо. Тихо.
Вот за этой колонной, смотри ко мне. Вот.
Я его вижу. Тихо. Стой. Не торопись. Куда пошел? Сюда иди.
It's obviously some dude trying to scare them away. Why would a djinn scream this much? Unless he is actually a Karen. Or he could be one of them trying to take a shit, but it just won't come out. Don't be surprised, I have been there before, but I was at my house. And I have nothing left to say here. Maybe you can raise your voice with a subscribe.